Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to show you all my guitars I currently have. I have 6 of them right now. I got 2 more on the way, and those will be unboxed and you'll see my excitement, all that stuff. I don't want to ruin it just yet, but we're going to walk through what I have so far from left to right. And here we go. We're going to start with, this is my Jackson SLXT Soloist Lime Green. This is like a 2013 model. This guitar is fantastic. I actually almost considered selling it before I picked up my next amp, which is the Boss Katana 50 that you guys see me play in, you know, most of my videos, because I was playing through Line 6 Spider 4 for quite a while, and those amps are fantastic, as you guys all know. But once I was able to get and plug through that amp and really push this guitar, it made me just hit the brakes, like, no, I'm not getting rid of this guitar at all. Same thing with the pickups too. This is just stock EMG HZ pickups, and I'm able to get the most out of this guitar overall, even with the pickups. I'm able to push a lot more gain with that Boss Katana, which I can't do with the Line 6. And not to mention, Line 6 just has a bunch of excess noise that is pretty much intolerable. I mean, once I plugged into that amp, it just blew that amp away. So I'm really happy with that Boss Katana and then what I get out of this Jackson. And of course it's neck through. I think this is a basswood body, I believe so. I gotta remember the specs on this guy. And you just got your stock standard item Jackson tuning pegs, rosewood fingerboard, 24 jumbo frets. I think they're extra jumbos, and it's just a strung through design. No, but this guitar rips. I mean, Jackson's known for their flat necks. I mean, this guitar is not perfect, but for the money, this thing's incredible. Highly recommend you get one if you can find one. They're a little bit harder to come by these days, but they are out there, and just keep your eyes peeled if you're ever considering a Jackson Soloist. That is an excellent guitar. Moving on to this one, is one of my newer, not the newest, but it is up there. This is my Moser Bastard V. I'm still working on it right now. That's why I got these cards in here holding the bridge up. And what I actually ended up doing is, I know you guys can see that's like the newest thing I just did over the past couple days, is I added skull and crossbone inlays to this sucker just to make it even more menacing looking than it already is. And also dyed the fretboard. I'm still working on that staining video, so you guys just, I appreciate your patience. It just takes a while to catch up to all this stuff, but this thing came out amazing just the way it looks, and you'll see that in a video. I'll have pictures before and after, and you know, I'll go into detail what I did to get this kind of look. So this is a neck through. I believe this is a basswood also. It is quite light. This has got a licensed Floyd Rose on it. I'm gonna probably just block this bridge. I'm not gonna have it functional. I'm just gonna turn it into a fixed bridge and call it good. The scale on this is shorter. This is a 24 5/8 scale, I believe, or 3/4. There's not much information on this guitar, and it's just kind of hit and miss with some of the information you come across. I have to go a little bit heavier on the gauge to get the tuning I'm going for, and this one I'm probably going to set up in standard D, because this next one, actually, no, we'll get to that one in a second. Where did it go? Oh, it's right behind me. Technical difficulties. Grover tuners on that one, and just stock pickups. I don't know what they are. I think they just come from just whatever their proprietary pickups are. They're okay. I'll probably change them down the road, but not anytime soon. And then this monster right here is my Junior V Deluxe BC Rich with the Killer Beast headstock, the one that you could just skewer a motherfucker with. That's what I love about it. It just looks mean and evil. It's got that pretty abalone that all the people on BC Rich junkies just love. I think it looks killer on this guitar, my opinion. You know, not everyone's crazy about it, but I think for certain guitars you can pull the look off. What's nice about this too is if you're on stage, that whole outline will glow in the dark underneath the right lights, and it just looks sweet. I think it does. Got original Floyd Rose on it. Got the EMG 8185, and then I took an upgraded, I don't want to hit the top of my ceiling, gotta be careful. This thing is in nice shape and I want to keep it that way. That's the little preamp booster, so I had that put in there just to give it a little more girth if I need it, just a little more push. But now that I have that Katana, it's not really necessary, so I kind of wasted a little bit of money on that, but you live and you learn. I got this in drop A with a set of 13 to 65. I believe they are, what strings were those? Those were the, God, I'm drawing a blank here. What did I put on? Oh, the DRs. So I got the DDT DR strings on there. They're for drop tuning, and you know, crazy kind of tuning like this. And my tech got that action for the way, even for the way I play, how aggressive I play, he got that super, super low. So I'm really, really happy about the way that this turned out. I did have to take it back to him because the bridge did sink a little bit. It dropped, and the tuning still stayed in the same place. So we've had kind of funky weather here in Michigan. So, oh, don't bump your shit, Frasard. What are you doing, man? And this dude, this is my KKV. This is the neck through BC Rich, the Speed V. This one's got the Kaler hybrid trem on it. And this guitar, just since there's not any wood knocked out of the back of the body like it would be on a Floyd Rose, the sustain just goes for days. I mean, literally, you can hit a chord, go grab a sandwich, eat it, maybe have a drink, come back, and your guitar's still sustaining. This thing is just amazing guitar. This is still, out of all my guitars, as far as way it sounds and everything, this one is still my favorite guitar out of all of them. And let's see here, I got this set up with 11 to 56. I got the Diodario XLs on this one. And I love this guitar. I mean, at first when I got this thing, right before I got it actually, back in 2016 was the first time I saw Slayer and I saw Kerry King ripping on this thing. I was right up front and I'm like, man, that guitar does look pretty sweet. And I never really liked it at first, and then when I actually got it, I fell in love with this thing, and I got it for amazing, amazing deal. I got this thing for $450 shipped, no case, but yeah, they don't go for that anymore. People are asking a lot more for these guitars, but this thing is amazing. Such an awesome guitar. EMG 8185 Kerry King pickup set in that one with that preamp booster. And then we go to this one you guys saw me unbox last year. This was an awesome guitar, and it still is. As far as comfort, this is the most comfortable guitar I've ever played. So this is the Washburn Parallax Ola England Signature Solar V. Particular seller that sold this to me, he did drop some Mick Thompson pickups in it, the Duncan Blackout Signature Mick Thompson pickups. And this thing I just reset this up. I got this in C sharp standard now. I got 10 to 52s on here, and I'm still kind of playing around with my neck adjustment, just kind of getting the little finishing touches on it, and I got this action pretty damn low even for the way I play. It sounds amazing. It sounds huge. I love it. So the next step's going to be once I get the feel of where I got this thing as far as where the neck is and if it's settling to where I need it to be with minimal fret buzz for even the way I play. I'm going to go ahead and get the intonation all set, and this thing will be good to go. That's what's nice about these with these string throughs. These are pretty easy to set up. They're not really anything complicated at all. This one's a neck through mahogany, so this does have more weight to it than the other guitars. It's just an awesome guitar. The only thing is I did have problems with the ebony fingerboard. I had some cracking going on in there. Something to do with the humidity, something to do with the weather up here. It actually started cracking pretty quickly on this guitar. So I actually took a black crayon, melted tip, filled it in, and it was able to camouflage this pretty good. It was all down here mostly. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. But it did a pretty good job of camouflaging. Obviously, it's not going to take care of them because they're already cracked, but it did do a very good job of hiding those flaws. And yeah, this thing's a ripper, man. So let's go on to the next. This is the latest guitar I got. So this was when I went to go pick this guitar up from the guitar store when it was ready for me. And I made the mistake of walking out in the showroom, and every time I go to this store, many times I'll go in there and it's very, very hard to walk away from something, or even go into that store for that matter without possibly buying something, and this was no exception. So that day I happened to be in there, and I already showed you guys this guitar and told the story, but this thing was just super sexy. I thought it was a bass at first, and when I grabbed it, I immediately felt like the way the neck felt, as opposed to the other 8 strings that I've tried before, where they just were too girthy, too beefy, and they were just muddy as hell sounding. I didn't like them, but I had to, for some reason, I wanted to give this a try. And then this had the EMG 808 pickups in it. It's just a pretty ass piece of wood with 8 strings on it. So I plugged it into a Randall Thrasher, and man, I ripped on this thing for about a half hour. Guy came up to me, hey, your guitar's all set, you ready to go? I'm like, yeah, I'll be with you a little bit. I'm a little busy right now. So yeah, that day I got that guitar and then I got this one. And this thing's just a ton of fun. I love this thing. And got this guitar for $3.99 out the door. And it's only got, as far as damage goes, just right there. Just a little bit of split through. I think it just goes through the clear coat. It's no real big deal. Everything else is good to go on here, as long as I just keep taking care of my stuff, which I do. So that is that for this video. Oh, this is my buddy's guitar. You guys saw this one too. Schecter C1 Platinum. This is a very nice, this is like a good beginner's guitar, and this was my recommendation to him, because these things, you can get them in great shape, used. He got this for $300 out the door. Did really well on this. It's got nice Grover tuners. This one's a mahogany. It's got a rosewood fingerboard, 24 jumbo frets, EMG 8185. And this thing just, it plays awesome, plays like a dream, it really does. And we got the action pretty low on this one when I went and set it up for him. We got this in E flat standard. So he loves it, and I love it too. This is a great guitar. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, give it a thumbs up for me. It helps the channel out greatly, and if you're new here, consider subscribing to my channel. I got all kinds of stuff coming for you guys, so I appreciate it as always. Take it easy.